When this habitual offender was caught burglarizing again, everyone expected Judge Boyd to throw the book at him. Her decision shocked the courtroom.
You're habitual. That means your minimum really is 25. You understand? Why do you keep doing these things? I mean, is it a drug problem? Is it just that, hey, you don't want to work? What's going on in your life? Court is calling 2024 CR 010374, State versus Joshua Gutierrez Cherby. Could I have parties announced for the record? State,
Megan Galloway for the state.
defense.
Jim Wheat.
All right, everyone, no talking behind the court reporter. And are you Joshua Cherby?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client? Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
No, Judge.
Mr. Cherby, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yep.
All right, state, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we await the habitual offender enhancement.
Any objection?
No objection.
Did you review the court admonishments and waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with burglary of a habitation with intent to commit?
Judge, there is a mix-up between the title,
Yes.
so it is a second-degree felony, I believe, the intent to commit theft.
Yes, Judge, I need a correction.
All right, thank you. And if you all will please sign off an initial. I was wondering about that. I'm like, so how's it been going?
It's fine. How about you?
Hey, currently alive, right?
Might get a day off next week.
Oh, awesome.
I hope, just for one, that's all I need.
All right. You want to trial on Christmas Day?
Yeah. Right.
Well, hopefully everybody will come back refreshed. Sometimes
Hope it
you
lasts
just,
longer than 2 days.
oh gosh, hopefully the Christmas spirit will last at least 2 months.
The second degree, which is what we talked about.
Oops. Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? All right. You're charged with burglary of a habitation with intent to commit a theft. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has been.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, Judge.
Mr. Cherubay, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, punishments be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There have.
All right, then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
State offers state's exhibit number 1 and attachments.
No objection.
Did you review the, oh, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to a jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments. Counsel, it appears that the state is also waiving paragraph B.
Yes, Judge.
All right, do you have any objections to that? Court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Please, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just ask that you follow the plea agreement, Judge.
All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. There's to be no contact with North San Gabriel Street in San Antonio, Texas, with a zip code of 78237. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. So you're habitual. That means your minimum really is 25. You understand? Why do you keep doing these things? I mean, is it a drug problem? Is it just that, hey, you don't want to work? What's going on in your life?
Bad crowd, I guess.
No, I mean, because when people say they're hanging with a bad crowd, if I had that person before me, he would tell me he was hanging with a bad crowd, and I would say, who is that? And they'd say, you're the bad crowd. So how old are you?
37 tomorrow.
All right, so you're gonna have to make a decision. Do you want to spend the rest of your life in and out of prison? Because once you pass, I think every attorney will tell you, once you pass 29, the years just start flying by. The next thing you know, it's 60 and you've spent a majority of your life at the prison. If you don't want to turn out that way, you're gonna have to make changes. And if you want something, you got to work for it. You understand?
Right.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.